What is up, ladies and germs? We are back for another video. Today we're doing something special. So we are, me and my buddy Lawson, we are playing Winston draft. So this is a form of draft that you can play with two player. So the point being that you open 6 packs face down, shuffle them together face down, and you can do this in a chaos manner or just a set manner, doesn't matter. In this particular instance, we're doing Duskmourn Winston. So what will happen, which we will look at the stack closest to the large stack that we're drawing from. So we're looking at this stack, and then if I take this stack, which I do in this case, I will put a card to replace it. If I didn't take that stack, I would put that stack back, put a card on it from the big stack, and then look at the second stack. So see how he goes and looks and puts another card on both those stacks that he looked and didn't want, so he passed on those. So we did this in Duskmourn variation. I packed one, pick one. What was it, agonizing something? It deals 5 damage to something for 2 mana if you sacrifice a creature or an enchantment, or pay an extra 2, which super great premium removal spell because it also exiles when it gets rid of the creature. So that being said, and then I picked 2, a Scorching Dragonfire. So, and then also that given to violence combat trick was also in that last pack too. So I'm settling into a black-red situation. So it's very seeming open right now. The thing about Winston, you can really determine if someone's like cutting you off or what colors they are in, just basically because you see the cards that are there. There's only one person to blame if they leave. So we don't pull out the lands in here, so they can just be duds just for that sake. I got a Pyroclasm here. It's not necessarily what I'm looking for, I think, because if I'm going to do like a Rakdos aggression kind of deck, it's going to wipe out most of my board, and that's not what I'm really into. I take that because I have an inclination that he's going to be in white. And he ended up taking quite a bit of white, but he was primarily blue, which I find out pretty easily. These drafts go by pretty quick. I think this is kind of a bridge of what I was seeing. I think considering blue at that point, granted he hadn't gotten that far, like to the third stack, but I figured he would just take those just because I was getting the idea that I thought he was going to be blue, white, like eerie stuff, like into enchantments and the payoffs there. So come to find out, his deck was very consistent and overpowering. I'm looking for like delirium cards at this point. It's just kind of what I'm looking for. I was also considering like Jund Splash and so on, but a hand that feeds is really good in this kind of deck. When I say really good, I mean it is replaceable, but it is a pseudo payoff for getting delirium. Betrayer's Bargain, that's the card name. That removal spell that I picked first. So with these, we had 1 collector booster and 5 play boosters of this. So just to spice it up and kind of keep things fun, which me and Lawson do a lot of these Winston drafts. This is kind of more so our time killing thing, and like when we want to hang out, we'll just do a Winston draft. But that being said, we keep track of wins and losses, and before today we were 10-10. So I have 110, he's 110, and we even had conversations about after these games. It's like it's either or me as speaking as him. He's like, it's either like you don't get to play and I win and like in a crushing manner, or the games are super tight and you win. So I'm like, that's kind of a backhanded compliment, but I take those. It was funny though. Funny interaction. I think I'm taking this just because the rare got in there with the rare white rune. I know it gives Convoke and stuff like that, but it's not really what I'm looking for. But at the very least, I can look at this Pyroclasm as an option, depending on what he's playing. And come to find out, it wasn't really great for him. So this Waltz, I don't remember if I take it or not, but it's just not really good with my undersized creatures. I think I took this off of a speculation pick because I'm getting mixed signals at this point, because if you ever play with Lawson, he's probably in 3 or more colors at certain points. He likes to, he's not afraid to jump ship to enhance like picks, and he's very much so just pick good cards and go from there kind of guy, no matter the color, and we'll worry about the fixing later. And his fixing was pretty fun. He had a couple lands that benefited him. He was in a Dimir splashing green card or two, but just for playables. But he also ripped Oculus, Abhorrent Oculus, so like that card just crushes me. And then I think he had 2 land cyclers that my deck doesn't do really good against, especially with, I end up getting like a murder, and like my removal and interaction is really good. However, like I just can't deal with one big thing after another, and his deck kind of turned out to be a little bit like that. Here I was happy to see the black land cycler or swamp cycler, something big to kind of go for and to kind of roadblock finishing up. And like within this pack, the Waltz is actually good with that card as well. We love to do Winstons. Like Winstons are fun. It's like a very pure and great way. Like not everyone can get a big group of people to play Magic, right? So when a couple friends that like limited are just like, hey, you want to jam? Like, yeah, let's Winston. Let's do it. I think I should have took that back. I should not just let him have like the free meat locker like that, but I wasn't. And I didn't end up splashing green. I ended up splashing blue for a couple later picks, but I think the meat locker would have made the deck better for sure. But yeah, Winston's a great way an easy way to just like jam some games with some friends. After watching this over again, I'm like, oh man, I lost to that card. I lost to that card. Why'd I even give it to him? I did this to myself. No. But such it is. We have gameplay to provide too. It's not the most exciting gameplay, but one of the games was a game until just draws didn't become very good. And hey, we got the Doomsday Excruciator here. Have you guys seen the video yesterday? I made a standard deck with this. Try to combo off with Doomsday Excruciator. Yeah. The card's really fun. And I took it just like for the small chance that I get that little blue 03 that has Eerie. Whenever you have Eerie, you can play an enchantment and they mill cards. Like that would have been a thing. That would have just been the win con. I took this because I was not about to let him have Azamone. I'm quite far from like those colors, but I didn't think that was a good idea. I knew he's in blue at this point, but as we kind of wrap this up, I mean, I have like a gremlin, was it Gremlin Tamer? The 2/2 menace, and whenever a creature enters with power 2 or less, you get to discard if you do draw a card, which is pretty good. I'm considering the green splash at this point because I do feel like a little light on playables in black and red. Because kind of whatever happened, like red was just kind of drying up and he wasn't in red at all. I just wasn't seeing red cards. And red was definitely my first commitment, but I'm also looking for black cards. Because, you know, wanting to play the Doomsday. Especially in Winston, sometimes you just got to go for it. This is a good pickup here. Slayer's a really good card, especially with a deck with a lot of 2-power things. So my deck ended up just being like, here's a Gremlin. That was a great pickup here. So I'm like, oh, okay, so here's some red cards. Let's go. Without these kind of like last few kind of picks, my deck would have just been absolutely terrible. I do think this deck was pretty good in the fact that it had a lot of interaction. It could deal with threats, and then it has aggression to kind of keep them off. So it would have been like an aggressive tempo, deal with their thing, move on. Took this for the rat. Did I? Or did I fade this to hope to get it back? I don't remember. I'm trying to watch. I want to see if I took it or not. I don't know. I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. Just kidding. You know damn well I had some eggs and a bagel. Blueberry bagel, strawberry cream cheese. Come at me. So not feeling too great. I started off hot. Like I took the back-to-back premium removal spells, and then some little aggressive red cards to kind of like pave the way. But it just like that middle stint just kind of like went flatlined. It just wasn't there. Sorry, my face exploded. So happy to get the rats back and then we also can't let him have the entity tracker, just with my suspicions for him being blue-white. Like I said, come to find out he's blue-black, dipping into black, because he had a Tameshi as well. So whatever that's worth face value, but so, like, I'm looking at blue just on an off chance, because what ended up pulling me in is actually the Glimmer thing that where you draw 2 cards, make a 1/1, 4-mana instant. And then obviously the entity tracker, that was a snap keep on a murder. Yeah, these I'm curious what everyone thinks about these Winston drafts. I think it's a fun thing to do. I didn't feel good about passing that back to him, but I needed playables for me. I knew I was short, but it's good to like we were doing this at his house. Like we just decided to, you know, get one of these on film and kind of show what we like to do and show the appeal of it too. It's just super easy. You just pick cards that you want, and there's like you don't have to worry about a whole table. You just worry about the person in front of you, and sometimes you get blown out. Sometimes you blow them out. It's just magic. Still just continues on, but it's kind of a good rivalry kind of duke out. As you can tell, like with Lawson and I, we take it seriously, being 10-10. After today, he's up on a win on me, so that would make him 11 to my 10. But hand that feeds is perfectly fine in this deck. So as we kind of, this is the end project. I ended up cutting the Doomsday Executioner. I think I was saying Excruciator or whatever. Anyways, that card, I ended up cutting that card for, I think, blue. Yeah, I ended up cutting that card and then having some blue plays. So that's what I ended up doing here. My hand, so this first match, like, felt really good. I don't know if I kept this or not. I think I did. This I kept. Game 2, I mulliganed to 5. Did not feel good. So this I kept. I actually liked my hand a lot. Had like 2 or 3, I think 3 bits of removal and then a 2-drop. So I think it was the Gremlin too. So I'm just kind of getting in, have some evasion, just doing the thing. Maybe that was the Gremlin on top. That's what it looked like, yeah. So getting the Gremlin down, excellent draw. And then I think I still have maybe I get into another 2-drop. I don't recall, but I'm sitting on combat trick, the sack another creature you control enchantment, and then if you take damage, this creature dies enchantment, which is pretty good in this deck. And then I think the Scorching Dragonfire. So the hand that feeds and Gremlin, so feeling pretty good. I put away the entity tracker just because I do not see blue yet. And this is where I just keep drawing lands. It was actually incredibly miserable. So like at this point, I'm feeling fantastic. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Like, I got 2-2-drops. One of them's get some nice value on, and the other one, if I get the Delirium, it's going to be doing the same thing with some evasion with +2/+0 and Menace once I get to Delirium, yada yada. But, yeah. So he uses premium removal there. And to be fair, I think I only kept 2 lands. That's what, oh man, tilting. It was absolutely tilting. However, it was fine. Like, it's part of the game. So he feeds he actually kind of shows that what he puts in his graveyard kind of tells, like, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what, is that Oculus? Is that what you pulled out of there? Like, oh, great, fantastic. So I have the Agony, I think it's the removal, the deal 5, or if you sacrifice a creature or pay another 2, yada yada. And from there, I was like, well, I have to say this for Oculus, but then he just starts playing one beefer after another, and I can't really do anything just because I have that and Scorching Dragonfire and the enchantment. So I have 3 bits of removal, so like I can get through a little bit, but I need some draws. I need to cast 2 cards a turn. Tameshi seemed like a good target to get the Scorching Dragonfire off for. I'm considering saving that. I also have this combat trick. I think there was a spot where I could have used the combat trick, but not to any avail of greatness. Hit my land drops. So from here, life sucks. I'm just waiting for this. It doesn't feel bad at the time just because, like, I had the answers to the Oculus. It's actually this turn that he plays the big ding dong. Because he could play Oculus right here. But he draws this out, something that I have to deal with. Honestly, I may have faded a turn too because I wanted to use that enchantment that would destroy the Oculus, which that play would give him another. He would get the payoff of having a 2/2 manifest dreaded creature. So, like, that's not great. But I'm just trying to optimize dealing with multiple big things now. Yeah, he keeps getting that 4-mana draw to make a glimmer, just refueling his hand. I'm like, all right, dude, it's over. I get it. Honestly, the card that killed me was that 3-mana sorcery that sacrifices looks at the top 4, put 1 in your hand, put the rest in your graveyard, lose 2 life. Like, him just having that card selection and just more things to do just wrecked me. I'm like, oh, so we're drawing more cards. That's what we're doing. Just refuses to play the Oculus. Yeah, I still have the enchantment in my hand. That's the only card I have left. It's like, well, if you play this thing, like, I can't even attach it to it because he gets a 2/2. It's taking every fiber in my body not to just scoop. Especially because the insinuation of having Oculus the whole game and just not casting it. So I'm just like, anticipation of using my cards. It's dead, please, Teddy. Sure, why not? I'm changing my mind here. I want him to sack the Teddy. Get another draw. Drew another land. That would make for 10 lands that I have. So he gets me here because he's digging through his stuff. I'm like, are you playing Oculus? Because if you play Oculus, I scoop. So that game didn't feel good. That sucked. I mean, like you have to play through those games. You have to get through them. It's just part of the game. But honestly, I thought I was over it until now. I'm rewatching it. I'm just kidding. But in all reality, like, yeah, it's just part of the game. And this second game doesn't get much better. I'm trying to survive off a mulligan to 5. And, yeah, doesn't feel too great. His deck's pretty good. It's like it was. I mean, this happens sometimes in Winston where someone just gets like the nuts cards, and like you have to think you're splitting up, so you have better chances on better picks in Winston because you see a random card on the top every time instead of just picking the best card out of a full pack. So there is opportunity to get better cards, but there's also opportunity for like like just getting cut off completely and just getting all the trash. So I had a hand of feeds here and 5 mountains and the glimmer card that I draw to make a glimmer instant spell. So with no blue and just looking at that, I was like, well, I mean, and looking at it now, I probably should have just kept it. Just been like, well, let's play 2/2. Let's have that as our game plan. But especially losing in the fashion that I did, I was like, I just don't want to see lands. That's not what I want to do. So the Magic Gods offered me 1 land in this next 7. So that's just how it be. 1 land, no lands, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was a 0 lander. So, games like these, like, validate my complaint equity. It really supports my cause whenever I'll get frustrated at a game or two. But yeah, if I'm going to lose it to anyone, I'm cool that it's Lawson. You know, I've taken a lot of wild games off him. He's taken a lot of wild games off me. It's all feels washed. Not like anyone has each other's number by any means. Pretty sure I kept a 1-lander. I did. I kept a 1-lander. And then had a gremlin. I topped that other mountain. And I think I missed my next land drop. And he just immediately gets rid of that guy. As he gets his card advantage here. He ends up gaining a lot of life. Did he have Oculus in that hand too? So, I mean, like, not feeling good. Only have 3 cards left in hand. And so fear of being hunted is what this card is. It's a 4/2. And it must be blocked if able. And I think it has, yeah, and it has haste. So, which I don't know why Lawson plays this card. I don't know if he's trying to get more things in his graveyard, but it's just an easy attack here for me. Is that an Oculus in his hand? That's what I'm trying to figure out. He tries to fade it the whole time. Have a little rat. I mean, getting aggressive is the only way that I'm powering through beating a deck like his that has just big, powerful cards. As you can see, I've drawn a land every turn, but that also means I'm running out of gas. Fear of Lost Teeth. Whenever it dies, I can deal 1 damage to something or any target, and then I gain a life. He accidentally plays the shows that flash and counter target spell 3/2 creature that also lets you manifest dread if you counter target spell. Which I found that card to be less than like great. And he does the thing where he shows it and then has opportunity to keep playing it, but he holds on to it. He just holds on to it. So there's no like baiting him. Granted, I don't have much to bait with just because I have, like 0 cards in hand. Yeah, just gotta stay aggressive here. Yeah, so I get to ping him for 1. I'll get the Manifest Dread since the rat dies. But he just starts popping off here shortly, just one thing after another. So I think it's like the hand that feeds is what I got under that card, and then or my Manifest Dread card was a hand that feeds. So it says put it on the bottom or top, and then I revealed it because I think I guess we don't have to reveal it if it leaves. Actually, don't know the ruling on that. Like if you bounce it or you send it back in the library, does it need to be revealed? Yeah, no idea. Plays a Megalodon. Not looking good for the home team at this point. I think I have a play to That involves trading my creature. Oh no, I play the enchantment on that, and it has to block since the Vera being hunted needs to be blocked if I attack with it. You can see I'm getting a little sassy with my hand movements. One card in hand. I think it's a +2/+2, gain lifelink and death touch. I'm at the mercy of the deck. So this is the enchantment that like acts like a Thoughtseize. You connect it to it, and if it has damage dealt to it, then it dies, and then, but it also is a Thoughtseize for his hand. I mean, none of this looks great. He has premium removal, a counter spell, a big baddie, and then a card that draws him cards. Like, so I just chose to take the card advantage engine away from him. I guess there would have been an argument to take the big baddie, so I don't just get mollywopped. But he also has a unopened meat locker to tap down anything that I play. He has a counter spell on top of that and premium removal. So, like I usually say, not looking good for the home team. I think I drew the draw spell in blue, in which I do not have blue. This is the mythic black room that when you unlock the other side. Oh, so it's basically when a creature dies, I lose 1 life, he gains 1 life. But the other side is the 8 mana, bring all creatures from your graveyard back to the battlefield, and which he's about to do. As you can see, he's on 7 mana. I actually didn't pay for that. Wait. Did I do that incorrectly? I think I may have done that incorrectly. But here we are. So Lawson's about to bring back the whole family. Yeah, I shouldn't have even been able to play that card because I had no blue. I mean, I know I can't beat him bringing everything back. That's a Scorching Dragonfire that I drew. And I can't do it on the Teddy because the exiling doesn't let us draw a card. And that's what I'm trying to do at this point. Teddy's gonna take it all away. He's a madman. At first I thought it brought all creatures in all graveyards back. Come to find out it was just his creatures. Granted, still a lot of creatures. I'm over here trying to count delirium. Make myself feel better about myself. Mill 3 cards as he unlocked a room, I think. Which I don't think that was accurate because it doesn't. Oh no, it does see the enchantment creatures that come in. So I got a 6/5 that he has an answer to, just destroys it. But yeah, that's Winston. So got you a little gameplay too. And these are easy because like this is all the gameplay. This is all the games that we play and all the whole match and so on and so forth. But that being said, if you guys like this, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. All the things I mean. I'm MTG Flux. Thank you so much for hanging out. And but I'm going to try to stick to these Winstons as much as I can. Try to get them in weekly if able. Maybe pop them in on Wednesdays to show that kind of side of Limited. And to try to show some appeal to you guys. But as Lawson just crushes my face in, I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out. I will catch you guys in the next video. But like I said, like, comment, subscribe. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.